They say the library remembers everything, even the souls that vanish. That was the last thing my dear friend Martha whispered to me before she disappeared into the darkness of that cursed night. I still remember it vividly. The chill in the air, the way the wind sighed through the gnarled trees surrounding our remote village. We'd always known the old library at the edge of town was different, its stone walls worn by centuries of secrets, but no one ever suspected it could steal you away. It began on an autumn evening when the sky turned a bruised purple, and a strange silence fell over the village. In the flickering light of a single street lamp, I saw a new book on the library's dusty shelf. It wasn't there yesterday. Its cover was black as pitch, embossed with silver runes that seemed to shift when I looked away. I hesitated, heart pounding, as I reached out and touched it. In that moment, I felt the pulse of something ancient, like the beating of a hidden heart. Within minutes, more books appeared, each chronicling the final moments of villagers who had vanished without a trace. Martha, old Mr. Holloway, even the kindly postmistress. Every page was filled with the precise details of their last breaths, their terrified eyes, and the desperate, silent screams that marked their end. It was as if the library was writing itself, drawing from the souls of those it consumed. Whispers began to spread through the village, murmurs of a presence, an invisible archivist, that wandered the labyrinth of ancient corridors and secret rooms within the library. They said it was a keeper of histories, a scribe of souls, and that its price for knowledge was more than anyone could bear. I didn't believe it at first. I had always dismissed such tales as superstition, until I found myself standing in that very library on a moonless night. The silence was oppressive, heavy with despair. Every step I took echoed as though the walls themselves were listening. And then I heard it, a scratch, a scrawl, as if an unseen hand was etching words into the parchment of reality. My eyes widened in horror when I saw fresh ink forming on an ancient ledger. The pages were alive, shifting with images of faces contorted in agony, and eyes pleading for mercy. I tried to run, but the library's corridors twisted and turned, trapping me in a maze of forbidden knowledge. In the distance, I saw a shadow, a wraith-like figure, cloaked in darkness, its presence marked only by the sound of soft, deliberate scribbling. I felt its gaze upon me, cold and unyielding, as if it were weighing my very soul. I could almost hear it whisper, "Your story is about to be written." Desperation clawed at me as I darted through the twisting hallways, the sound of that otherworldly scratching following me like a heartbeat. I burst through a hidden door and stumbled into the night, gasping for air as the cool darkness embraced me. I looked back once and saw the library's silhouette looming, its windows like eyes watching, unblinking and eternal. That night, I lost more than a friend. I lost my innocence. The invisible archivist had begun its work, collecting memories and souls like fragments of shattered glass. And in the cold light of dawn, I knew the truth. In that accursed library, every secret has a price, and every vanished soul becomes another chapter in a story that can never be erased. Now I wander the village, haunted by the knowledge that the library still writes, and every whispered memory could be the last page in your life story. Beware, for when the ink flows, your fate is sealed, and the invisible archivist is always waiting,